Denny Hamlin holds off teammate Chase Briscoe in a bunch of overtime restarts, but we're going to debate if it was actually impressive or not, because I have something to say about that. Ty Dillon's Cinderella run in the in-season challenge is coming to the finals versus Ty Gibbs. I'm now fully invested into it. We're going to talk about that today. And Fox has their typical IndyCar coverage blunders at Toronto. We're going to complain about that, of course. Alex has a lot to complain about that, of course, because it's Fox.
As always.
IndyCar. Really, it was just a typical IndyCar race. Joseph crashed. Fox, the Penske cars had a bad day. It was just typical.
It was the 2025 script. The only thing that was different was Pillow did not win.
Literally, Honda didn't win. Like, Pato winning is like the most surprising thing about yesterday. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. We're going to start with NASCAR at Dover. Back to business. We've had road courses, super speedways, Pocono, whatever Pocono is.
All the different girlies. They had their moment.
All summer I've been making fun and defending Pocono because it's like, you're an oval, but you're weird. No, Dover, back to kind of, we say normal, but Dover is so unique. I mean,
Dover's concrete, actually, Zach. She's also different.
It's 1 mile, and some of the 1 mile tracks we call short tracks, but not Dover because it's banked and it's fast and it's hard to pass. Hard to pass with this next gen car because it's so much mid corner speed. And so NASCAR at Dover, Denny Hamlin gets his 58th career win. Old Grandpa Denny, Daddy Denny. Great to see. He's getting ever so closer to win number 60. It could happen, really could happen, and he sets the season record.
It's going
for
to happen.
Wins. Yeah, he's on a roll. I mean, because last year he got 3 wins and he kind of plateaued out, right? And he didn't really win like the last half of the season, but he won in the spring. He's winning in the summer now. It's looking good for the 11 team, Alex.
Yeah, it definitely is. And he did this on considerably older tires, which sounds impressive when you first hear that. But
on paper, it sounds really impressive.
I don't think this tire did anything. And this is a tire that they did not get any practice on because it all rained out on Saturday. So there was some questions like, is this going to be like that Bristol race last year that was kind of crazy with the tire? No, it was not that at all.
No.
But Chase Briscoe was on brand new tires at the end there, and he was able to hold them off. And in fact, Hamlin's last lap of the race was his fastest lap of the whole race on the super old tires.
I think there was definitely tire fall off. Like, we saw guys doing undercuts in those green flag stops. But listen, Dover, the disadvantage you are following another car, you're not making up with fresh rubber. You're just not. And it's kind of why in the past when we talk about the tires and stuff, it's I hate having Goodyear being responsible to fix the racing because it's just not gonna work, especially at tracks like Dover. So Dover, and again, Dover is just so weird. Yes, it's kind of multi-groove, but the corners are so, like, the radius of them so tight. You're going so fast. You're carrying a lot of speed. Dirty air is just so strong at Dover. Like, that's the true monster of the Monster Mile, dirty air. Like, it's just not, you're not going to overcome that with tires. And we've seen that every race with that next gen car, even a little bit in the Gen 6 era. So I'm not really surprised at all. And if you are, like, sure, especially when Chase Briscoe, I think, got to the front row, I think at that point it's like he legit has a chance because now he also has clean air. Mm-hmm. But the thing with Dover, and I've even experienced this on iRacing, it's just like it's so easy to keep people like pinned down like on corner exit because you really need to open up your corner exit to get speed. So the inside lane just kind of has a disadvantage. And we saw that all day on all the restarts.
Briscoe said in the post-race interview that he was holding back a bit because Denny is his teammate. And I think because he is the new guy at Gibbs, maybe that's another reason that he had to...
What? Whoa. Hold up. I'm sorry. He held back? What?
I thought he had something going on. I was like, what?
He held back? What do you mean? Why?
Girl.
No. What? What do you mean he held back? That doesn't make any sense.
I had something go wrong, Zach. Oh my God, you
I did have something go wrong. Something in my brain just like struck loose because Chase Briscoe's an idiot. He's an idiot. Are you serious? He said that in public?
He said because
I don't want him on my race team.
Oh my gosh. I don't know the exact quote, Zach. I didn't think you'd react like that. But it was more
he didn't want to wreck him and Denny and then take both of them out of the win. Okay, I get that. However, Christopher Bell literally almost did that the previous restart, which I find hilarious. My thing is okay.
That is true. Bell did that.
I just you don't hold back against Denny Hamlin, who, number one, both of y'all already have wins, and you getting another win is more valuable than Denny getting another one, if that makes sense. Like, you need to worry about yourself. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't get into this because I do get it. Again, the worst case scenario, and I've said this before about Chase Briscoe. He's literally, before in these late race scenarios, he has taken both first and second place. That's actually something he's really good at. He's taken the top two out of the contention for the win in third place.
He has wrecked a lot from first or second position. Yes.
So, considering his history, actually, I'll take everything back. I think he probably did make the good not wrecking. I'm just saying, though, like, you can't be holding back against Denny Hamlin because he's Denny Hamlin. He's on top of his game. Yeah. Yes, he's your teammate. He already has wins this season. Like, girl, don't be greedy. Like, you're the new guy at the team. You need to prove yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, Chase.
Shout out to everyone who got jump scared by Zack freaking out there because I fully thought you had something going on.
No, Christopher Bell literally wrecked himself twice trying to get the lead. Like, he was not holding back at all. I love that. Just saying.
I want to focus back in on Denny Hamlin because could he actually win the championship? Like, we're gonna have this talk again. We're gonna jinx him again.
Could he actually win it? Ask me in November. Ask me. No. Ask me lap 200 of Phoenix. Because that's when you can start talking about it. Don't ask me.
Because
that's Jesus. Yeah.
What?
No, just it's just irritating with the championship talk. It's like, oh, is this guy the championship favorite? I don't know.
Well, my thinking is that I know it's a banked track, but Dover and Phoenix are not similar, but they're closer than a lot of other tracks. And I'm thinking that Denny, going through all these overtime restarts, he normally loses a race on these kind of overtime situations, and I fully thought he would lose it again. Denny still has the mentality and the mental strength to hold on. I feel like despite the lawsuit stuff off the track, I haven't seen him this locked in before. You know what I mean? Even last year, it was like he's distracted. Maybe he's determined to show him what's up.
Yeah. And another thing I want to bring up is because these races are yes, NASCAR tracks are, especially on our schedule, are more diverse than ever. But is the racing on the track really is what deciding most of these races? Or is it the strategy? If strategy is the determining factor, I feel like the strategy element is a lot more consistent across all of these races, and the execution factor on restarts and stuff. That stuff is a lot more consistent and definitely more comparable to Phoenix, if you're talking about Dover. So what I see is Denny Hamlin, that 11 team, they have won races this year because of perfect execution, because of a lack of mistakes. Think about Darlington when they won that purely off of really good pit stop. That is a really good sign that they can go to Phoenix and win that race. A race that is, you can pass at Phoenix, but execution really does put you in the position. It's what got the 22 team a bunch of championships. So when you talk about it like that, then yes, it does look good for the 11 team.
Okay.
Right? Okay. And you know what it doesn't look good for? The 9 team.
That's what I was
if the 9 team makes it to Phoenix, I don't have any faith in them because they have thrown away so many wins this year.
The 9 is not winning the championship this year. If they're
not going to be able to show the
strategy, if it comes down to a pit stop, the 9 ain't winning this thing.
They're not winning, and they have serious problems that they need to figure out in the next.
And the 9 has speed. The 9 has speed now. They haven't had speed the last couple of years, but they have had speed here and there this year,
and that gets them top 5 finishes, right? But not wins.
Chase Elliott led 238 laps as the third most in a single race in his career. He took 2 tires on the caution that trapped a bunch of cars a lap down while Denny Hamlin stayed out. And I believe he was second or third, right, with the Denny. And obviously the right call in hindsight was to just stay out.
Yeah.
He ended up finishing 6th. he probably should have won this race, or at least been a top 5, a little better.
And he won Atlanta because Atlanta wasn't a strategy race or an execution race. It was a racing race. You know what I mean? Like, he was able to like go out there and race and beat the other drivers on the track. Coincidence, sure, but it kind of correlates with like this 9 team is just not able to. They're not able to thrive in this new era of NASCAR that is all about F1 style execution and being perfect. It's just not.
Well,
not
the other thing is too, they had a really slow pit stop, so they lost position multiple times in regards to the pits. You just cannot do that, even if you have the best car, because it's so hard to pass.
Guess who didn't lose positions all day on those kinds of moments? Denny Hamlin, and he won. Like
that's kind of been the trend lately.
He slowly went up all day because he stayed perfect. Like, he wasn't Christopher Bell, who was wrecking on the restart. He wasn't Chase Elliott having issues on pit road. I mean, that's what it takes to win these NASCAR races, which we can definitely sit here and debate if that's how it should be. But y'all know my answer. But that's how it is.
Well, we've mentioned Christopher Bell a couple times, so let's go back to him.
Can I give him Badass of the Week?
Wrecking twice,
or spinning twice, but not like wrecking his car both times at Dover, where it's really like when you spin at Dover, there's walls everywhere. The banking's going to clean you out to the wall, but he kept that car relatively clean after spinning himself twice. That's kind of crazy. Badass of the Week, Christopher Bell, going for it. I love it.
Yeah.
Going for it, man.
And, man, the second time he spun while side by side with Hamlin for the lead, I was at first like, oh, LOL, they crashed right after the long delay. But it was also like, man, he is really trying. I really do respect that.
Those are my favorite types of wrecks in racing, when it's like leaders or just 2 guys battling for position and there's one of them just steps over the limit because they're trying so hard. That's my best. Not when you're running 22nd and you accidentally spin out coming off the corner. That's not impressive to me. But when you're like pushing so hard, and we know Christopher Bell, he's one of the best drivers in the series. I never want to see anyone spin or wreck, but like it's cool to see. Like, these guys are pushing hard, especially on, again, a restart where you have to.
For sure. Well, I alluded to it. NASCAR had a caution come out for Ross Chastain with 14 to go, and then under that caution, it started raining, and it went to a red flag. And Zach, for me, it was the right call for NASCAR to try and get this race to finish the full distance. My problem is it was still really goofy and very silly because the crashing, the overtime, it was just way too predictable. This is just what NASCAR is. I was telling you, like, they're going to crash. They're going to have overtime. It's going to be a little stupid. Hopefully Denny Hamlin can hold on to still win it. And thankfully he did. I think if he didn't win, this race would be very tainted in my memory because it'd be very like, oh, so Chase Briscoe won because of like 4 restarts. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But Denny Hamlin winning, it feels more like he earned it because not only was he holding off Bell originally, and then he was holding off Briscoe, he had to survive all these restarts on, albeit the tires situation wasn't that meaningful. But still, there's a lot of factors against Denny Hamlin, and he still held on. It made this race feel better for him winning, but them waiting out the rain, I didn't like it, but I get it. It was the right call.
Well, I think what I didn't like about it is it ended up basically being a Mother Nature funded green, white, checkered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it literally, that was just a bunch of overtime restarts. Even the ones that weren't technically overtime, it was basically an overtime restart. Because
Dover's a short track for NASCAR standards.
Like
a shorter track.
Yeah. But yeah, it just felt a little silly to me to wait an hour for
14 laps at Dover
for a few restarts, basically.
And what, 80% of that was pace laps, probably more.
That's what is kind of weird to me because again, it was typical NASCAR. We waited an hour to see a bunch of restarts. Okay, we literally do that at Daytona every time the Xfinity series goes there. Like, it's you know what I mean. It's just one of those moments where I'm like, man, this is like, it felt almost disrespectful to my time, but at the same time, it's a NASCAR race. There were still 15 laps to go. We deserve to see the finish, I guess. It's fair. It only took an hour to drive. That's impressive.
If you were at the track would you have left when the rain delay started? 14 to go.
Girl, I would have thought about it. Well, also, and here's another thing too, though, about it is because I knew who was going to win that race. It was I didn't have a doubt in my mind that Denny Hamlin was going to win that race.
I thought he was going to get wrecked, and he nearly did by Bell.
Well, if he would have gotten wrecked, sure, but I was like, unless something crazy happens, Denny Hamlin wins this race. Even though when Chase Briscoe got on the front row, I was like, I don't know, this might be it. But for me, it was just like, there's no value into seeing this race finish because whoever has the lead off the restart's going to win. Which then maybe that is why we should have a bunch of restarts, because Denny Hamlin, he had to win that race three more times on all those restarts. Like he really had to, because that's where the race was. That's where the race was decided. And so in a way that's entertaining and exciting, but I don't know. I had a feeling Denny was just going to win that race. I didn't see it happening. If someone else was on fresh tires, like Larson, if Larson had fresher tires and was able to get to the front row, then maybe something different would have happened. But yeah, I don't know.
What did you think when they rolled off pit road and then they stopped still under yellow? What did you think about that?
Yeah, because Dale Jr. on TV was calling that, or he was saying that like Denny should be like yelling about it. Cause like, oh, why are we lifting the red flag? Or why are we not burning laps off? Which is fair. I mean, it's kind of like an IndyCar thing where it's like they'll red flag the race like late in the Indy 500 or something.
That did feel like an IndyCar kind of
why
thing.
else would they do that? Like, I get you needing to dry off pit road, but why can't you do that while they're just doing pace laps? But I mean, Alex, you were just complaining that most of those final 14 laps were under pacing. So,
well, I think if they would have done the pace laps, it would have just been an overtime because it probably would have taken the 10, 12 laps to just dry the pit road, which is what they were trying to do.
Yeah. So I think it's fine.
They were trying to just get more laps in. They got more laps in. They got more of these restarts and crashed more cars with it, which is what they wanted. But I mean, you're once again, no overtime. This is not a problem. It wouldn't have even been considered. But I digress.
I wonder, like other motorsports series, would they have even like waited an hour to dry the track off? Like, just like, okay, no, the race is over. We got most of the race in. Denny Hamlin wins. Let's go home. Yeah. But I don't. But you know, fans, I feel bad for fans. Like, if the race were to end like that, that would have sucked. So I don't know.
Well, let's pull up the playoff points. Not too much has changed from last week. The biggest thing here, I would say, is that Alex Bowman has gained a whole bunch of points. Bubba Wallace gained some points. Zack is still working on pulling that up.
I forgot.
Something that I noticed, though, Zack, is Ty Gibbs is really making a big recovery. I mentioned it last week. Ty Gibbs was just peeking into the top 20. He is now into the top 20. He is 19th, only 52 points behind Bubba Wallace. And this week we're using a graphic from Toby Christie, TobyChristie.com.
I love it. It's got like everybody on it. It's not just the top 20. I love it.
Yeah. So you would go to NASCAR.com and find someone in 23rd. I'm like, Zack, they're not on the graphic, but we have everyone here this time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Ty Gibbs making a charge. And, you know, as we went back to Dover and we have 5 races left now, business as usual. Like, you know, we got the Gibbs cars and the Hendrick cars fighting for the win. It's going to be really hard for a lot of these guys that aren't already in yellow to win races, I think.
Yeah.
Unless it's, again, someone like Alex Bowman or Tyler Reddick, who's already in the green. I mean, Bowman especially had an opportunity to maybe win that race yesterday, but yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult for a lot of these guys to break through and get a win. So I think you play this as the cut line not moving much, but we still have Daytona. So I don't know.
That's the thing. Daytona's still in there. I would assume SVG is going to win Watkins Glen. I don't I don't see AJ Allmendinger winning that. Like, that'd be like the wild card, I guess. And then Daytona.
I mean, maybe McDowell. McDowell could win. Like, I guess Watkins Glen, you still have to keep the door open because nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah. And I mean, Indianapolis.
But again, who won Watkins Glen last year? Chris Buescher.
Indianapolis could be some sort of fuel mileage thing, but I don't necessarily see that happening.
Paul Menard won that race once. You never know.
That's true. That is true.
Paul Menard won that race. I'm just saying.
But Ty Gibbs, going back to him, he was 27th in points around Michigan, and now he's 16th in regular season points. He's 19th on the playoff grid. Like, huge jump for Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, he's making a huge charge. I don't know. Well, 5 races, that's, man, you got to be on it these next 5 races.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And hope there's no new winners and hope you don't make a huge mistake. And it's going to be hard, but it's probably going to be the biggest story around this cut line is that Ty Gibbs kind of charging up.
A little recap for our audio people. Tyler Reddick is plus 156, Bowman plus 63, Chris Buescher plus 44, Bubba Wallace plus 16, was minus 3. Or plus 3. So, I mean, he gained quite a bit of points. Priest minus 16. Kyle Busch minus 39. Is there a chance for Kyle Busch? Zach?
He had a good day yesterday. Like, that A-team.
He hasn't been wrecking.
They had speed. He didn't wreck yesterday. Maybe that was why he had a good day. They were starting to fall off a little bit at the end. Like, they couldn't keep up with adjustments as much as the other teams. But yeah, I mean, they had a pretty decent day. Is there a chance? I mean, he's Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
He knows how to win at all these racetracks that are coming up. So, I won't count him out.
Yeah.
But I still don't feel that good for the A-team.
And then to round out the top 20, Gibbs is minus 52 and McDowell minus 77. Carson Hocevar's dropped like a rock. He's now 26, minus 125. He was in the top 20 not long ago.
Yeah, he had a speeding penalty yesterday. It was one of the things.
And then he was off the track. I didn't see what happened, if it was like a mechanical issue or something. But.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with the 77. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about, when he was having his like in June, when he was contending to win every single race. I'm like, okay, but these road courses are going to like cut off their momentum and they're going to have to somehow get that back once we get back to Dover and stuff. And well, here we are. And they got to get back on the horse and they're not doing it. So
what you said is exactly what happened. Yep.
And the road courses, they took damage at the road courses, right? Like they lost so many points at the road courses. So, I mean, we'll see, but he's got to win a race. Yeah. And he's never won a race before.
Yep.
So good luck. Good luck with that one.
And now, Zach.
It's not easy to win a Cup Series
Zach,
race.
Let's move on to the end season challenge because Ty Dillon, the Cinderella story, is continuing. Ty Dillon and Ty Gibbs will be going head to head in the Brickyard 400 for the end season challenge. They defeated John Hunter Nemechek and Tyler Reddick. And the thing with Ty Dillon is he ended up getting a lucky dog while John Hunter Nemechek was the car behind him, and it locked John Hunter a lap down. They were near each other. Few laps.
They were near each other
all day. Every time they show it up, they'd be like 25th, 26th. I'm like, man.
Too bad they couldn't actually battle each other much. They were actually in a battle at one point. And I know Denny, I think Denny was getting interviewed during the rain delay, and he was like, he was talking about it because he was like, man, at the moment I was really pissed, but Ty's got his own stuff going on.
Yeah, Ty Dillon was in his way at a point in the race. Yeah,
it's adding a lot of layers to this and to these races.
Yeah,
and again, I think it would be better suited like more in the spring months when the playoffs aren't so close, but it's still cool. It's still pretty fun. Mm-hmm. Ty Dillon, he could win this. It might be a little Mickey Moused for him to win it because like something might have to happen to Ty Gibbs, but I don't know. Ty Gibbs, he's had some bad races this year. You never know.
Yeah.
And by the way, Ty Dillon has one win in the Xfinity Series. Guess where it was?
It was at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's right. I remember that.
It was at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Yeah. Yep. On the oval. Yep. So He's going to a track he's won at before,
which is crazy. He has not won many races.
He has not won many races.
Wow.
I think he's won some truck races, but
not that many, though.
That was so long ago. Yeah, so it's we're going to one of Ty Dillon's best racetracks. Apparently, he had like a really good run at Dover in the 13 car back in the day. So
yeah,
so he had some success at Dover too. So he's this is set up so perfectly for Ty Dillon, and I love it.
Yeah.
This stupid little challenge. It's so funny.
Our one and only Patreon member comment this week is from Phil, and he says he's been a Ty Dillon fan throughout this silly bracket. It's been a ton of fun to root for the underdog. And that leads me to this question, Zach. Who are we rooting for, and who do we expect to win? Do we think it's going to be Ty Dillon?
I think the only people not rooting for Ty Dillon are Ty Gibbs fans.
Yeah.
Because Ty Gibbs to me is just, I mean, here you're going to root for the underdog.
So Grandpa Joe is rooting for Ty, and then everyone else is rooting for Ty Dillon. Is that what you're saying?
Basically. Yeah. Maybe like other like Toyota fans that are, I don't know, Ty Gibbs affiliated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't have a horse in this race really ever, so I just don't care. I don't care. When Bowman was throwing him, like, yeah, Slay Girl, go get it, but whatever. Now it's just kind of, now I want to see Ty Dillon win it for the memes.
See, it'd be funny.
Yeah. I want the memes. Yeah, and I mean, if we're gonna have a stupid format, let's have a stupid winner. Let's do it.
Real quick before we move on to the T here, Dover is now in July. How did we feel about that? It was a new date for Dover.
It was hot. Didn't seem to make the racing better.
No.
So I don't really.
It still rained. It wasn't on Monday.
It still rained. In fact, it rains. Well, I'm near Delaware in Virginia. It rains a lot in the summer compared to the spring. Mm-hmm. Like it rains a lot in the summer. So if you're trying to avoid rain, I feel like going to Dover in July is not what you want to be doing. It rained a lot this weekend. Like it's rained to be fair, Dover had like 2 to 3 straight years of rainouts. So I guess it doesn't really make a difference, but I don't know. We're right next to the ocean. It's going to rain.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. It's I don't know. It rained.
Yeah.
It rained, but it was hotter this time. That's all that changed. Nothing changed with the racing. I thought about going to Dover one day. I'm not that far from it. That'd be cool to see, like to see the cars like in the middle of the corner too. Like they carry so much speed.
I think seeing Miles the Monster would be kind of cool. The giant statue. Who said that?
Who called Miles Daddy? What? That's crazy.
You sent this to our group chat for where we put all of our T topics. Connor Zilish has 2 Miles the Monster trophies now, and he wants to see if he can make a baby one. I thought that was interesting.
I know he's young, but does he know how that works? Does he know that two male monsters aren't going to make a baby?
He can try all he wants.
So Miles the Monster is gay in the NASCAR lore now?
If you recall, wasn't Dover a few years ago one of the only tracks that acknowledged Pride Month when like NASCAR Pride was at its peak? I think it was.
Is Miles the Monster holding a pride flag instead of one of the stupid cars? Because that'd be great.
That'd be amazing. Put a little pride flag in his hand.
I love Dover for having that mascot, by the way. That's one of my favorite things about any NASCAR track. It's so cool. It gives it identity.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's one of the most unique tracks on the schedule. Plus, it has branding.
Yeah.
I love that.
The Monster Mile.
Go Miles. I think Miles is gay. He's a buff gay daddy.
I agree, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I love how Connor Zilish is promoting Pride. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Yep. He's a little confused, but it's okay.
Well, Connor Zilish did win the Xfinity race, by the way, and he's finished like first or second, like several races in a row now. Really impressive run he's on.
Junior Motorsports, by the way, is on a tear in the Xfinity series. They own like I don't even know. It's like at least a 5-win streak, I think, because they won all the road courses with like guest stars and Connor Zilish. They've been winning basically every Xfinity race this summer. Very impressive from Junior Motorsports. And Connor Zilish, though, he really has turned up the wick.
Yeah.
Because if you think about early in the season, it was all Justin Allgaier, but now it's Connor Zilish winning a lot of these races. And it's not just the road courses. It was Pocono. It was Dover.
Yeah.
And that's really impressive to see, considering he's not even completely done with his first full year.
Yeah.
He's really figured out this Xfinity car. And
when he gets to Cup, man, if he can adapt to the...
You mean in February?
Yes. when he gets to that Cup car, I hope that his driving style adapts to it, because he really might go on a kind of tear. Like, SVG is winning races as a rookie, but Connor Zilisch is going to be a different kind of rookie from what SVG is.
Well, and here's the thing. Connor Zilisch has won at the top level in LMP2 cars, Miatas, now the NASCAR Xfinity machines. What, I'm not saying that he doesn't have anything left to learn in the Xfinity series, but why wait? Why not put him in the Cup car next year? What are you waiting for? Because again, the Cup car is completely different from the Xfinity car anyways. In terms of learning stuff for Cup, you might as well just put him in the Cup car at this point. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So let's move on to the T. We have some topics here. 2311 and Front Row Motorsports are now non-charter cars as of Dover. This is due to the ongoing legal battle against NASCAR. There was a judge that said, well, we don't think you're at risk of not being able to compete if you don't have a charter, so we're not going to delay this anymore, because what happened was they did not sign the charter agreement that started for 2025. Every other team did. So they're basically at the point where it's like, well, you didn't sign the contract, so now we're just going to let it expire. But this morning, July 21st, is a Monday, NASCAR adjusted their rule book to prevent 2311 and Front Row Motorsports from DNQing from a race. And it says in the rulebook now, quote, up to 6 open teams will be eligible for starting positions based on owner points. Why 6 open teams? There's 3 at 2311 and there's 3 at Front Row Motorsports. That's very intentional. And I think that...
So that's like NASCAR kind of covering something, basically. Like covering the damage will be caused to them. That's smart. That's a smart play.
Sneaky. That's exactly what they're doing, though.
That's sneaky.
So now...
right, because at first you might be like, why are they helping them if they're suing them? But no, they're trying to make it look like they're not going to take damage from this.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
Yep. So go talk to a lawyer if you want to know more in depth about that. But Denny Hamlin made a post saying the truth will be revealed on December 1st, which is my birthday. Thank you, Denny. But he's just waiting for my birthday. I don't know.
Alex is turning 27. I don't know. 27. He's just gonna tweet that.
That's the truth.
So here's what I think that's about. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably going to be about the money that they've made this year. If I'm their earnings, because think about it, it's probably the end of their businesses have. What's it called? Businesses, I don't forget what it's called, but businesses have a specific month that their their financial calendar ends. For NASCAR teams, it must be December 1st, so that must be
that's when the court that's when the
year,
actual court case starts December 1st.
Okay.
It might be that too, partially.
But still it might be related to their money too, because this is how much money we lost this season because of blah 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 blah. I don't know. I'm gay.
Gotcha. So Carson Hocevar, going back to him, he said he ignored an apology from Josh Berry over the Sonoma incident because, quote, I just don't like the whole pony show of calling on Mondays. And then he went on to say, quote, nothing changes with the call. Nothing changes, end quote.
Tommy Baldwin on DBC said that Carson needs to be head over the head so he gets it. And this is one of those moments where that comment is very justified. Because this kid is an idiot. This kid is an idiot. I'm sorry. I tweeted, okay, so I can wreck Carson Hocevar and get the bonus of not feeling obligated to call him and apologize. Thanks, Carson.
Yeah. See,
you already have a target on your back, and you're just making it easier for people to wreck you.
I think it's fine if he believes this. I think it's stupid, but I think it's fine, but he shouldn't have said it out loud.
No,
I think it's crazy. He said this out loud.
Why is he such an idiot? And
does he not have a PR person?
No, he doesn't. I don't think he does. He said something. Actually, he said something. I listened to. I think he was on Dale Jr. Download. I think it was when he was on there. He makes all of his posts, or he has a guy that edits a lot of his Twitch clips and posts those. But
I think it's nice and genuine that he does that. But there needs to be like, you can't be going out there saying, I don't like this whole calling people on Mondays thing. Like, okay, but someone's going to use that against you.
And I get where he's coming from. Yeah. I get where he's coming from because it does feel kind of like, because also the media makes it such a big deal. It's like, oh, did you get a phone call on Monday? Oh, this is what happened on the phone call on Monday. Like, it's a very soap opera, dramatic thing. I get where Carson's coming from, but it's a very necessary part of being a driver in the Cup Series.
Yeah.
And talking more about when he was on the Dale Jr. Download, he was talking about how he's not friends with anybody in the garage, like any other drivers. And it's just like, if you're gonna, like, you're already such a sharp thorn when you interact with everybody in the garage, you're just making it worse. And sure, you don't care, but man, I don't know how much worse people are going to treat you on the racetrack.
Well, this is not a way to get respect. Like, no one really respects him now.
He might not think he needs it. He might not think he needs it, but surely, I mean, we saw Joey Logano kind of had a very unorthodox way of getting respect.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, he kind of didn't care either. And look, he's a 3-time champion. Is that going to work for Carson Hocevar? I don't know. Because even Joey wasn't saying stuff like, I don't care about the phone calls on Monday. Like,
see, Joey would make comments about the actual drivers and like kind of like insulty in a way.
Fire suit. Yeah.
He said
he ate.
See, that was funny. He made a comment about Ryan Newman one time. He like stood up to Ryan Newman and then he said something about him. Like, he didn't care in this if he wasn't getting that respect back. But over time, Joey did become more like, he would go and talk to people more, I feel, at least. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But I just don't see Carson maturing in any sort of way that he would eventually become, at least to like a Logano level, which is not that far of a step. I don't know.
Joey had consequences.
He did.
2015. That was a consequence from his behavior. Matt Kenseth, and that's the thing, though. Matt Kenseth was the first one to be like, I'm not putting up with this.
Yeah.
And he paid, and Matt Kenseth even had consequences.
Yep.
No one has really stepped up to Carson like that.
Yeah.
So far. But listen, Carson already has a target on his back. He put another one on his back saying that he doesn't want to engage with apologies.
Put a big note on his back that's like, kick me. That's basically what he did.
Basically. Kick me, and I'm not going to expect an apology from you. Like, dumb. And we were talking about Josh Berry. Did Josh Berry do that on purpose last week at Sonoma? Who cares now?
Yeah,
it doesn't even matter. Do it on purpose, do it on accident. Carson apparently doesn't care. That's what he's saying. Yeah. Does he mean that? Probably not, because I think he's an idiot. So at least he's a cute idiot. Hey, I squeezed in my Carson Hocevar thirst comment. My weekly Carson Hocevar is cute comment.
You got a quota.
His stupid pretty blue eyes. Oh my gosh.
Speak of blue, Zach, have you seen this? Cookie Monster from Sesame Street's going to be the Grand Marshal for the Brickyard 400?
You're kidding. So we're going, right? Get the plane ticket right now. We're going. I got it. I need the autograph. Oh my God.
I wish I was going.
The Cookie Monster? I bet Bubba Wallace was on Sesame Street. Bubba Wallace was like, Cookie Monster, we have a really cool opportunity for you to wave the green flag.
Oh my God.
At the Brickyard 400. And Cookie Monster's like, wave a cookie? Like, no. Green flag. It's a flag.
It's not the green flag, but he's going to say, driver, start your engines, which I think is also hilarious.
Oh, sorry. Same thing.
It's close enough. But
I wonder how he's going to say it. Like,
what if he's like, cookies? Start your cookies or something. I don't know. Something.
Start your cookies. Eat your drivers. Eat your cookies.
And then, oh my God.
And then someone like whispers into his ears, like, no, you're supposed to say driver, start your engines. Like, oh, what? Oh, I thought there were.
I'm supposed to eat the cookies? Even better.
I'm supposed to eat the cookies. That is cute. I think that's a really cool,
I love it.
Cool thing for NASCAR. It's weird that it's like the Brickyard 400. I don't know, because I feel like Indy already. I mean, for the 500, they always have like celebrities. Not saying the Cookie Monster isn't a A-list celebrity.
If this happened at Indy, I would have been screaming. Like, that's my man. Actually, I love him.
Who was the Grand Marshal at the 500? I don't even remember. It was like Dylan Sprouse last year or something. Maybe it was him this year.
Was that him this year? See, I don't remember. Cookie Monster? I remember.
I don't remember. Cookie Monster. That is so cute and stupid, and I can't believe.
I can't wait.
Isn't PBS getting like defunded?
Yeah,
I didn't mean to bring that up, but like,
week. No, it's fine.
Why would you do that to Cookie Monster?
Rude.
How evil do you have to be? I'm just saying. Like, what? God,
for real. So now let's go to some sad news. IndyCar was on again this week.
Listen, I had a really bad weekend. If you saw my blue sky, you already know what happened. I had a horrible weekend. I was not about to make it worse by watching IndyCar. I also just woke up late because I wasn't sleeping for a few days. I finally slept like 11 hours like Saturday night. I woke up, IndyCar was already on. I'm like, girl, I don't care.
Yeah.
I turn on TV. I hear Will Buxton. I'm like, nope.
So I had it on. I was playing Donkey Kong, the new Donkey Kong game, while I had it on. Yeah. Bonanza! Which great game, by the way. I'm loving it.
The music, oh my God.
I was playing it and I was glancing up at the TV. But then I turned the race off, Zach, and coincidentally, yes, it was when Joseph Newgarden crashed. Whatever.
Oh, of course, Joseph Newgarden fan. Blah blah blah.
Fox Sports missed a restart, and then they come back from commercial. Restart's already over. Joseph has crashed with Jacob Abel or someone's cars on top of his car, and I'm just like, so they missed a whole restart. Like I didn't even get to see it happen this week. I didn't even get to see the anvil fall from the sky this time. I just had to
you just see him under the anvil.
Already happened. Yeah.
It's kind of like like what happened at Gateway when like they cut to commercial and it's like a replay, but it's not a replay. It's just Joseph on fire. That's kind of like what it is. Yeah.
But another horrible broadcast from Fox. Like the first half, I was just like, this is so bad. I truly don't care. Fox is ruining IndyCar. Like point blank. It is so unwatchable that even when my driver has a bad season or bad race, with NBC, I could at least I want to follow this to the end. I want to see the strategy play out. But Fox doesn't talk about strategy anymore.
Well, I tuned in.
They don't care.
I tuned in at a point and I was confused on what was going on, and Fox was not explaining anything. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, sure, that's on me for not paying attention the whole race because I missed the start of the race, but you're not making it very easy for people to watch this sport at all. No, I feel like NASCAR, awful. Especially that Dale, Steve, Adam Alexander booth, they are constantly talking about the strategy.
Yeah. And mind you, TNT's production sucks.
Oh, yeah.
At least they have a good booth. The IndyCar booth, I thought it would be good who they had, but they
need a crew chief or something.
Something.
Or they need to get a backbone. I don't know. I feel like, again, I get the vibe that Will, James, and Townsend are they're handcuffed. They feel like they're handcuffed and they can't go against what the producers are directing them towards. But also, is that how that works? Because you're three people in a booth. Don't you get to talk about what you want? You know what I mean?
James Hinchcliffe used to talk about what he wanted to. I feel like he doesn't do that anymore.
There's a different kind of vibe with them.
It's a very different vibe. And by the way, with Will Buxton, the only thing he brings to the table, I'm getting sick of him, by the way. If you couldn't tell after last week, now this week, all he does this is amazing racing. Then he keeps talking. He never lets James or Townsend get a word in. This is just spectacular racing. And there they go around the corner. And this is just so amazing. Isn't this amazing? It's you are not the hype man.
He's trying to sell
the lead
IndyCar.
Commentator.
Is he trying to be Lee Diffie? Because you're not going to be Lee Diffie. Go ahead and quit that right now. You're not going to be Lee Diffie. No one's going to be Lee Diffie.
And that's the thing. I feel like he wasn't trying to be Lee Diffie, but now it feels like he's trying to be Lee Diffie. It's weird. I don't know what he's doing. I don't like it anymore.
Maybe because the season's been kind of rough on a ratings perspective and everything. Well, kind of.
Maybe,
depending on who you ask.
People that are The people that are tuning in are the ones that have been there every week. You're not getting anyone new.
Yeah. Like, is he trying to make it look like, yeah, no, this is actually exciting, guys. This is why you should be watching this. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much because, again, I didn't watch yesterday's race, and that was just, I don't know.
Well, I tuned out after Fox made me mad. But apparently Pato Award won the race. There was some strategies going on. I'm sure Fox didn't tell you what happened. Pillow finished 12th. He was leading when I tuned out. But Pato Award got a second win of the year. Pretty cool. He's 99 points behind Alex Pillow.
There was a caution at one point that really apparently harmed Pillow's strategy. Like, they pitted early, and then they got on, but then a caution came out, and apparently that was not good for them. So,
yeah.
And another thing I saw with the podium was Award, VK, and Kiffin Simpson. I saw someone post on TikTok or Twitter, like, this is just IndyCar fan service. That podium. Literally IndyCar fan service. Oh my gosh.
It's like in Smash Brothers when they add some like niche character that no one heard of. It's just like, oh my God, they added Smeckledorf to Smash. Oh my God, they're on the podium. It's basically that.
Hey, shout out to Kiffin Simpson. That's probably his first podium, isn't it? That's cool.
I'm sure it is.
And a huge deal. I saw after the race, VK like got out and was like hugging his wife, and they were saying like curse words and stuff. Like, can you effing believe it? Like, that was cool. That was a cool moment. So, one of the cool things about IndyCar still is drivers and the personalities. So,
yeah.
Too bad we don't get to see them much. But.
This isn't tea, but speculation on my part. I feel like Rinus VK is going to replace Marcus Ericsson next year. This isn't like tea. It's just speculation on my part.
Just pure, Alex. This is pure from your brain. Just
yeah.
I
think it makes sense.
I can see that.
Ericsson's not been good at Andretti. A lot, not his fault, but I mean, Kirkwood's winning races. Herta's being Colton Herta, who started on the pole, by the way. Don't know what happened to him. I feel like Andretti's going to want a third driver in there who's capable, and VK's shown this year in a coin car, who's doing the best season for coin since Bourdais. I feel like VK's going to go somewhere next year and won't be at coin. It'll be, I think, an Andretti.
Yeah, Ericsson's just been kind of quiet.
Yeah. I mean, you forget he's out there, right?
You really do. And it's not like that with the other Andretti guys, because, like, I mean, Kirkwood is the flagship of that organization right now.
Right now, yeah.
And Herta's finding every way to put it into the wall every week. So you at least see him. But yeah, not looking too good for Ericsson. I could see VK there, I guess. I don't know if it'd be better or worse. I mean, VK at the 500 is pretty. That's a good one to get for their speedway program. So I see that. I do see that.
And Andretti looked pretty decent at Indy this year.
Okay, but Ericsson though is also, again, if you're talking about like people good at the 500, Ericsson
finished second before the DQ.
His finishes in the last 4 years in that race are incredible. Like, he's incredibly consistent in that race. So you're giving that up for the same or worse, in my opinion. Right. If we're just talking about the 500, which that's a big deal. So I don't know.
I guess you would get like an upgrade for the full season potentially, but he wasn't like lighting the world on fire at Carpenter.
You already have Kirkwood going to win your championship. I feel like Kirkwood's your championship guy. You know what I mean? Does that mean, I don't know if that's how IndyCar teams think. Like, have one or two guys fighting for the championship, one or two guys fighting for the 500. There you go.
Okay. I can see
Isn't that how Team Penske does things? Not really. Not really. No.
Not really.
They want everything.
Really.
You better be doing literally everything. You better be competing for the 500 and you better be winning championships.
Yeah. And then one more thing on IndyCar. Indy Star had an article out saying that Iowa Speedway is likely off the schedule entirely for next year. That's a bummer. I was hoping they'd at least do one race there next year.
I read the article. Self-sabotage? Like, they just didn't promote
Sounds like it.
You didn't promote the race, and then no one showed up, and now you're yeah, that's a little dumb. That's a little dumb on all.
Oh, why did no one show up? Well, I wonder why.
Yeah, that's ridiculous in my opinion. So
Yeah, I mean,
It's sad too. Iowa's one of the best ovals historically one of the better ovals on the schedule.
And we've seen that people can show up when it's actually promoted and marketed, and you actually give a reason for people to show up.
Yeah.
But since a sponsor's not willing to do that right now, they just gave up on it.
Our 2022 episode, when we went to Iowa, I mean, literally, we're like, this idea of just you can have a race anywhere if you make it an event. It's very smart. It works, but it does cost a lot of money. I mean, again, you're having all this in the middle of Iowa because we traveled out there. There's literally nothing out there. Like, it's
nothing.
I get it, but you got to make it an event then, especially for IndyCar. For NASCAR, people will show up for NASCAR. It's NASCAR.
Yep.
They got a lot more cultural, I guess, strength. I guess.
Yeah.
Like, people know what NASCAR is. They want to go check out NASCAR. IndyCar, you need more pull. But yeah, that's sad to see. And it's one less oval, and it's not like the ovals are busting down their doors to get put on the IndyCar schedule. You know, there's rumors that Richmond will get put on, but I'll believe it when I see it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, it's time for fantasy. I had a pretty good weekend in fantasy. I had Denny Hamlin for Dover.
Yeah.
You had Kyle Larson for Dover, who finished 4th. And we'll get to IndyCar in a minute, but I had Kirkwood, who finished 6th. And you had Pillow, who finished 12th. So I actually got a point there.
The one time I picked Pillow, he's like, well, again, they had a rough strategy thing happen, but still, the Brickyard 400.
Brickyard 400.
We've only had one race in the next gen car, and even that was like hard to really see who was fast. It was such a big strategy race. I'm very excited for this race this weekend.
Me too.
I will be picking Denny Hamlin because in terms of, I think he's finally going to get that Brickyard win that he's been looking for. I think that's the biggest race he hasn't won yet, right? Like the Brickyard 400.
I think so.
Besides, like,
he's been close a lot.
Yeah, I think in terms of if I'm looking at teams that have been, and I talked about this earlier, teams that are the best with their execution and everything involving that, it's the 11 team, and the Brickyard 400 is all about execution. So I'm going for that 11 team.
Nice.
Curious on who you're going to pick, because I have a second pick in mind, but I'm not going to say it.
I was going to go with Denny Hamlin. That was my number one pick. If Hamlin, by the way, were to win the championship and the Brickyard 400, he's like checking off these final boxes before he's sayonara and we never see him again.
I don't think we'll see him again. Is that what's going to happen on December 1st? I saw a hate comment. Like, I hope it's him announcing he's going to retire. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I thought about Kyle Larson, but I think Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a little mad at him right now. He didn't really respect the track.
The Speedway keeps score
time around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to stick with the Joe Gibbs Racing family and go with Christopher Bell.
Okay, that would be kind of cool. He's from, where is Christopher from? Is he from Ohio or no?
He's from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, the other O state. Midwest-ish, That'd be kind of cool. You know who I was thinking of, and I picked him last year and he wrecked, but William Byron. Because he's also been very fast lately, especially like at the high speed tracks. And the only thing is they just haven't won. Like, they haven't won much this year, but I feel like they're due for one, if you know what I mean. And I think in terms of like the Hendrick cars, again, Larson's not really up there. Or Larson's just been having a slump. Elliott's not going to execute. Byron's probably your best bet for Hendrick right now, going to the Brickyard 400, I think. But don't count on Chase Elliott, though, either, I guess.
See, if Larson didn't have a weird double attempt, and then he's kind of been weird about Indianapolis, I would probably pick him. But again, I think that track,
weird in general.
That track decides who wins. I fully believe it. I don't think it's going to pick.
Was qualifying rained out at Dover? I think it was, because I think they set the point. Yeah, they set it by the metric. That's why Larson started in the back. But they did have a fast car. I think I will say Brickyard, if they can get qualifying in and, Larson can kind of leave some of that metric behind, I think this could be a recovery weekend for Larson and he could go out and win that race. But because he needs a weekend to just get back on the horse and recover. Dover was really good. I mean, hey, top 5 finish at Dover actually is pretty good, right? That's really good for that 5 team. So yeah, we'll see.
IndyCar is on again. 4 weeks in a row. I'm tired, man. I'm so tired.
Laguna Seca. I don't know why I don't like Laguna Seca for IndyCar.
Me neither.
It's a really
like
cool
Laguna.
track. I love it for sports cars.
I love it.
I love driving it. I don't care for it in IndyCar, even though like the 1 year Roman Grosjean like was sending it in on the corkscrew.
That's the only moment I can recall from it. Is that?
Yeah, because the rest have just been either boring season finale races or just I don't know. Alex Palou won in the Pride car last year.
Yeah,
and even though Pride's dead with DHL, I'm gonna pick Alex Palou again. He's not gonna do me wrong this week. Yeah, the gay energy is gonna come back to the.
That's
Laguna
really
Seca.
That's really the only pick you can go with. I'm gonna go Kyle Kirkwood. I mean, we're not in a city, but we're in California.
You should have picked Scott Dixon. Scott Dixon's been on it, man.
Scott Dixon has been on it.
Scott Dixon is literally, dude. Alex Palou and Scott Dixon are playing Mario Kart Double Dash. No, they're literally always like next to each other in the running order. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah.
But they swap sometimes. They press the swap button.
That's so funny.
They're playing Mario Kart Double Dash, bro. So I would have picked Scott Dixon if I were you, but all right, you pick Kyle Kirkwood.
Okay. Yeah, and
Kirkwood.
We're really low on races in IndyCar now. There's Laguna, there's Portland, Milwaukee, and then Nashville. That's all that's left.
Thank God. What? Who said that?
Who said that? Yeah.
I don't want the IndyCar season to be over. F1's back this week, I think. I think they're at, I don't know, Spa?
I think it's Spa. Yeah.
I want to go to the spa. Oh my God. Let's go to the spa.
Yes, let's go to the spa. They're all going to be shirtless. Yeah, let's go.
Dude, F1 drivers shirtless. I think us being the gay racing podcast, we really don't talk about F1 drivers enough because they are hot.
They're all hot.
They're all hot. All. Name an ugly F1 driver. I'll wait because I'll be waiting a while. Lance Stroll. No, even he's kind of cute.
He's handsome.
Like Fernando Alonso's old, but like, dude,
Alonso's not my type, but he's still
He's like that sexy like old guy in a soap opera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's hot. That could be a whole bonus episode. Us like thirsting over F1 drivers.
Honestly, we should do more of that. And maybe it could be something we do for our Patreon members. What do you think about that, Zach? And
I think so.
Yeah. Well, our Patreon is patreon.com/gayracingpod. If you'd like to join for $2 a month, you can submit questions. We had the one from Phil earlier, or questions or comments, just like little discussion topics for our episodes. And you get, if you do the $5 tier, you can get bonus episodes like that one we just came up with, possibly for early. You can consider giving us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and liking on YouTube. Follow the podcast at Gay Racing Pod on Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And follow Zach and I on Blue Sky and Twitter at Dreamy Zach Racing and at Newgaden.
Yep. Oh, wow. So yeah, Brickyard 400 next week in Laguna Seca. I remember David Lance saying that IndyCar should not be racing when NASCAR is at the Brickyard, which I kind of agree with. Surely they're not conflicting. They're on the West Coast, which means IndyCar is going to want to run their race late. You go check that because that's going to be stupid.
I'm looking right now.
You can't conflict with NASCAR, especially when they're at your home. They're at your track. You can't conflict with them, bro.
They are going to conflict.
I mean, I get it because there's nothing IndyCar can do because they're on the West Coast. It's not like they can move up the race earlier.
Laguna Seca starts at 3 Eastern, and the Brickyard 400 starts at 2 Eastern.
That's worse than I thought. Because like at least when IndyCar starts a little bit earlier than NASCAR, at least the race will probably finish at like the end of stage 2. But no, like that's
in the race. Like I might not even turn it on because NASCAR starts first this time.
And I love the Brickyard 400. Yeah. Like I love it.
And by the way, the Brickyard 400 was a great race last year. Until like the overtimes at the end. I loved that race last year until the end. It was good.
The Brickyard 400's never really been about, again, like the on-track product anyways. It's about the strategy. It's about the execution. It's about Because
that's where this car excels right now. Strategy.
Listen, we've seen some crazy results in this race. Paul Menard, Ryan Newman in 2013. Not that was like crazy, but that was a really cool story. Jeff Gordon in 2014. Like this. Anytime you pull up to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you are writing another page in a storybook. And that's what the Brickyard 400 to me is all about. And it's why it's so disrespectful to say it's not a crown jewel of NASCAR, because last year, to find out who was going to win that race, the very intense fuel mileage battle we had going on.
It was so good.
The restart drama and politics of that. There was definitely some stupid controversy, but Kyle Larson to win that race as an active, like, double attemptee was a really cool page in history. I just got the diecast for that. I opened it on Patreon for a little bonus episode. So if you hadn't checked that out already, but I got the race win diecast for that. It was just a really cool moment in NASCAR history. I mean, I'm excited to see more history get written this weekend, because that's what's going to happen. History gets written at the Speedway. So that'll be really cool. Yeah. And we'll be back next week to talk about it on the Gay Racing Podcast. Did we already promote our socials? Yeah. At Gay Racing Pod.
We did.
All right. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.